Global equity markets have again been fairly mixed over the past 24 hours. The key reason for this is we've seen some increases out of US equities, but also some declines out of that part of the world. Oil prices have again increased over the past 24 hours, with continued unrest coming through from the Middle East. There's also been some news coming out of the UK with their latest budget. They've dropped their forecast for economic growth through this year from around 3% down to under 2%. This is a sizable decrease, and there are also going to be some other changes. Fuel taxes are going to be decreased as consumers are struggling with the increases we've been seeing in fuel prices. Other taxes are also looking to be decreased, and banks are going to be picking up the tab with an increase in levies from the beginning of next year. The Kiwi dollar is trading fairly strongly against the US and has been over 74 cents for a few days now. It continues around this mark on Thursday morning. The key focus for markets on Thursday here in New Zealand will be the GDP numbers. This gives us a pretty good look at how the New Zealand economy has performed over the 2010 calendar year. Most are picking a bit of a mixed number. We at ASB are picking that we could see a negative number, meaning the New Zealand economy has contracted, and also meaning that we would slip back into recessionary territory. The reason why you could be interested in this is it does have an impact on economic policy, and in particular, the rate of interest rates down the track. If we do see a fairly weak number and this continues for some time, lower interest rates down the track can be expected. Dairy commodity prices from this part of the world have been relatively soft over the past 10 days, and this was reflected in the latest global dairy trade auction, which was last Wednesday. At the auction, we did see decreases in dairy prices, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more pressure come on prices in the short term. This will be a reflection of the New Zealand season starting to come to an end, while the Northern Hemisphere production is really starting to steam ahead. I note that the US production increased by 2% through the month of February relative to last year levels. This could put some pressure on dairy prices. However, we aren't concerned about any decreases in the short term, as prices still remain very, very strong relative to historical averages. This does mean that we remain positive about the industry, but also positive about the payout for next year.